friend that I met really, really recently asked me to kind of get to know more about me, how I fell in love with acting. It's such a great getting to know you question for somebody who has chosen this life. So I thought I would talk about that today. You know what? I'm gonna light a candle first. Just like probably everybody else, my first acting was in elementary school, in the little plays that we used to do. But I think my biggest breakout was when I was in, I think, 3rd grade or 4th grade, where I played a grandmother. It was a Christmas play. It involved children sledding and going to grandma's house for chicken soup. There was a song that went something like, "Grandma's chicken soup, bak bak bak, chicken soup, bak bak bak, chicken soup, bak bak bak." It's so funny that I still remember that. When I got to middle school, I auditioned for the musical, which was Pirates of Penzance. I played a policeman. I had one line, it was "the wind, ooh." Then I got involved in my community theater in my town, which was so small and so underfunded. I got cast as the understudy for Clara in an adaptation of the story Heidi. I actually learned everybody else's lines so that whenever somebody couldn't be at rehearsal, I filled in for them, including the adults. At the time I was about 11 or 12, and I remember one day the woman playing the maid was out, and so I was playing the maid, and she had this little like flirtatious exchange with the butler, and then she kissed him on the cheek, and the guy playing the butler was like 26 or whatever, but I like grabbed him and I kissed him on the cheek, and like it was hilarious. At that time, acting to me was escape, which is the way that a lot of people think about it. In maybe high school, we had this assignment where we had to take something that we knew how to do, and we had to write out instructions for other people to learn how to do it. And I picked acting, which is, first of all, really esoteric and not a good idea for this type of assignment. And I even, in this assignment, wrote about it that it was a way of stepping away from your own problems and going into somebody else's world and not having to worry about your own problems for a little while. But the thing that changed me, the thing that changed the way that I thought about acting, was in my sophomore year when I took Acting 3 class with my amazing professor and mentor. He's so great. Anyway, there was an assignment where he sat us down individually and we did something called a being exercise. We would sit in front of everyone, we'd calm ourselves, we would breathe and focus on just being and being open and being vulnerable, and then he would ask us questions. And I think at first I sort of wondered what that had to do with acting, and then I really got it, because it's not about being outside of yourself at all. Acting is not about stepping away from your problems, and it's not about putting things aside and taking on somebody else's persona. It's about looking at this character that you have the responsibility to play and looking at yourself in an honest way and finding the things in yourself that are the same. It's about finding the parts of yourself that make that character real to you. And then it's about giving that to an audience and showing that character even though you're really showing yourself, and not being afraid, or being afraid but doing it anyway. If you ask me to give you one word to describe acting or theater or film, or to give you a word that represented the most important parts of those things, the word would be empathy for me. Because sometimes it's your job to represent a character that's not good, or makes a lot of mistakes, or doesn't represent the best version of themselves or yourself, the one that you would like to be. The best example from my own personal experiences, I once played this character named Jacqueline. She's a real person. Her name was Jacqueline Picasso. She was married to Pablo for about 20 years, I think. I had to give this very lengthy and very intense monologue that was all about her relationship with him. And when I got the role, I was disappointed. If you know anything about Picasso, you know that he wasn't always a good guy. She put up with a lot, and she invested herself entirely in him. And at first I was like, okay, whatever. But because I knew that my job was to be honest with myself and find those parts of myself, I started looking. And I found it. It was very easy to find. It was very easy to find the person that I was sacrificing that much for. And it was very easy to identify how I was exactly like her. How I was willing to put everything into this person, even if I didn't get anything back. I came to a point where I was like, I can't be this woman. I can't be this woman. She's a very tragic story. I don't want it to be my life too. So I did some things different and I'm happier because of it. That's just a nice side effect of acting, is that you learn more about yourself and you're able to live a happier life. But ultimately, you know, what you do is you find your own empathy for that character because you're just like that in some way. And then you give it to an audience, and then the audience finds their empathy for that character. And then they take that home with them, and they find their empathy for that character in other people. And that is why I am an actor. It's not because I get to ignore my problems for a while, even though that's what I thought it was once. It's not about, you know, trying to be famous or successful. I have no ambitions to be on red carpets. I have no ambitions to be a movie star. And obviously, fame or being widely recognized as a cultural figure comes with a lot of influence and a lot of opportunity. And those are things that I would like for myself. You know, I would like to not have to have a day job. I would like to be able to choose the projects that I want to be a part of instead of kind of having to take whatever comes along. I would like to have a platform where I could spread some positive messages and positive influence in the world. And if I never get any of those things and I just get to work and I just get to find those people and show you those people that have something to say, those people that have a story, and find in myself what their story is and be able to show that to somebody else and influence that one person to look at somebody else with more generosity and more compassion. That is all that matters. That's all I want to do. That's super corny, but it's all I want to do. I like this freeform vlogging. A lot of my videos are really structured, so I thought I would try something different, and I think I like it. I think I'll do more of this. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye.